Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my Friday message. My special guests this week are Dr. Michela Fabricius and Dr. Theodore Moore. Drs. Fabricius and Moore are new trainees who have just begun their residencies at Duke Health. Before we talk with them, I'd like to share updates. On July 1st, the Duke University Health System, Private Diagnostic Clinic, and the School of Medicine united in a historic new model of care. The Duke Health Integrated Practice, or DHIP. DHIP creates for the first time a unified, integrated academic health system that brings Duke's clinical, academic, research, and community partnership missions into alignment. The new model positions us to streamline operations, coordinate, collaborate, and better serve our patients, communities, faculty, and staff. DHIP is the culmination of years of intense planning and tireless work by hundreds of people across Duke Health, and I want to thank everyone involved in this effort and dedication. This transformation is a complex and ongoing process, and I'm sure some of you have questions. You can find more information about DHIP at the address on your screen. I'm excited about the future under this new model, and especially what it will mean to our patients and our delivery of care. Also on July 1st, Duke Health implemented a new leadership structure following the departure of Gene Washington as Chancellor for Health Affairs and President of the Health System. Under this new structure, Craig Albanese, CEO of Duke University Health System, will oversee Duke Health's clinical enterprise, and as Duke University's Executive Vice President for Health Affairs and Chief Academic Officer, I'll oversee the academic mission, and I'll continue to serve as Dean of the School of Medicine. I look forward to working closely with Craig and his team to build and enhance the alignment of our missions so that the clinical enterprise informs our research and education activities, and our research and education activities inform the clinical enterprise. Craig and I are working in close partnership to establish shared goals and a shared culture across the entire Duke Health community. This partnership will more fully represent what Duke Health means to our patients, our community, and to the world. U.S. Food and Drug Administration has awarded Duke and UNC Chapel Hill up to $50 million over 5 years to establish the Research Triangle Center for Excellence in Regulatory Science and Innovation. The center will be led by a team including 3 principal investigators from the School of Medicine, Susan Halaby, Robert Mentz, and Ihsan Sami. The Triangle Center of Excellence, one of 5 centers awarded nationally, will work with the FDA scientists to perform research to support FDA priorities. In exciting philanthropic news, the Robert and Lisa Margolis Family Foundation has given $10 million to Duke to leverage and extend the work of the Margolis Center for Health Policy. The Margolis Center, funded by the School of Medicine alum Robert J. Margolis and his wife Lisa, is a nationally and internationally recognized leader in improving health equity and the value of healthcare through health policy analytics. The new gift will create a permanent endowment to support the center's work in educating the next generation of healthcare leaders, advancing healthcare transformation, and furthering biomedical innovation. As of July 1st, the former Division of Urology in the School of Medicine has officially been elevated to department status. Elevation from division to department signaled the unit's growth and independence, and it enhances the department's recognition nationally and aids in the recruitment and retention of faculty and trainees. So Dr. Fabricius and Dr. Moore, thank you for joining me today. And I want to start out with my warmest welcome to Duke. I don't know if you know this, but when we recruit residents here, we're recruiting you here for the full career. So I hope you play your whole careers out here. But let's start with your first week's experience. So Michela, how's it been?
It's been wild. I think there's nothing that really prepares you for, we were just talking about putting in your first order and just clicking submit. And I think my first order was putting in a Foley catheter, and I hesitated. I was like, is this the right move? And it definitely was the right move, but it's been an adventure, and I'm learning every day and meeting new people, so it's been amazing.
So far, so good?
So far, so good, yeah. Nights are hard, but I think I'm getting it out of the way first. So.
And Dr. Moore, in internal medicine.
Yes.
How's your first experience?
So I've been in ambulatory care clinic for the first 2 weeks, and so it's been nice getting to meet new patients, have long-term follow-up with them, and then in addition, make diagnoses for the first time. It's been an incredible opportunity. I've been gracious to be able to hear their stories and being able to be thoughtful in the care that I give. So it's really been a blessing to be here.
So, Michela, you're in surgery and you hail from California, but you
Yes.
went to medical school in Missouri. How did you end up here?
I guess I'm making my way east. I had never been to North Carolina before or visited Durham, kind of anything like that. And I sort of just put Duke on the list just because I knew it was a great program. And come interview season, the people were incredible. The residents were incredible. The faculty that I met were incredible. And they were so intentional with wanting to get to know me, to know my story, as well as to sort of just make my wildest research dreams and career dreams come true. So yeah, it was really the people that brought me here. And I'm getting to know the rest of North Carolina as well and the nature. But yeah, it's mainly the people.
So, Theodore, you're closer to home. You were
Yes.
born and raised in North Carolina, but you're not from Duke.
No.
So how did you choose Duke?
Yes, so I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. That's where I was born and raised. And then I went to the University of North Carolina for both my undergraduate and medical school education. So when I went into the residency interview process, I was actually trying to get out of North Carolina just because I wanted to diversify my experience. But there was just something about Duke that pulled me back in. I think there was a lot of things, but the biggest thing that really drove me here was one of the associate program directors during our interview. I had mentioned a few residents that I knew, and even though they were applying to a different fellowship than the specialty he was in, he knew almost everything about them, their career path, where they came from, some things outside of medicine. And it just really taught me that, you know, the internal medicine program, they're really invested in the residents. They really get to know them and they want them to succeed. And it drove me back here to Durham. So I'm happy to be here.
And you're willing to go from UNC to Duke. That's impressive.
Yes, yes. However, come March, I still will be wearing my UNC jersey.
We'll connect in March. So now that you're very experienced, at least from the residency selection viewpoint, what would you tell the students that are looking for residencies now? What kind of wisdom would you give them? Michela, why don't you start?
I think I asked residents on the interview trail this question, but I was worried that there would be a feel of elitism at Duke. I went to state college, I went to a state medical school, and so I was kind of wary of just, sort of an environment kind of that, glorifies prestige. But the residents and the faculty reiterated again and again on the interview trail that was not the case and that they really look for the best people from everywhere. And I think I would tell myself not to limit myself as much with that thinking. And, that hasn't been the case. There hasn't been really a touch of elitism at all here. And it's been insanely welcoming. So I would tell myself that.
So Theodore, what would you tell fourth-year students?
On the interview trails, mainly looking for a place where the residents are kind to each other, the faculty is kind to them, and it's been a welcoming environment. If I have a question, even if I think it's very silly, everyone's just been so open to answering it for me, whether it's my colleagues, a nurse that's nearby, or anyone else that's just in the hallway if I'm lost. So it's really been a great place to be, and I also love living in the Triangle too. So I think it's a great place for people to train.
So again, thank you guys so much for joining me, and I really wish you the best of luck, but I don't think you need it.
I think we do need it.
And to everybody else, thanks for all that you do, and have a great weekend.